welcome back to MAPOP Sports. This is Grandy. If this is your first time here, welcome. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel, checking out this video. And if you're returning, welcome back. I haven't driven you guys off, so that's a good thing, man. So hopefully everybody's having a good week. Happy hump day. Wednesday, and today I'm just kind of grinding away right now. I told you guys, I think yesterday's video I did a kind of a sourcing video, and that's what I did yesterday. I got like 20-some thousand cards to kind of go through. If you guys are wondering, like, oh, what kind of crazy cards you got, a lot of it was older. I wouldn't even say vintage. It was just kind of older. I would say a good majority of it was junk wax stuff, but I would say a good maybe 10-15% of it are good stuff that I think I can definitely get my money's worth. The sad thing was I was kind of going through all of them, all the cards yesterday, and I was hoping I was going to be able to grade at least a good handful of them. I don't think I'm going to be able to because some of the conditions. I'd probably get like 8s or 9s. I don't think I would get 10s, maybe a few. But that's the thing. That's the nature of the business when you buy lots, especially when you buy large lots, is that the conditions of the cards are not always the greatest, but I was able to find a Brian Urlacher rookie, so that was cool, super cool. That's going to probably be a PC. I don't know if I'm going to grade that. I might just get it authenticated or something like that, so just got to give you guys a heads up. So anyways, just to kind of give you guys what's going on today is the next couple of days I'm going to be grinding pretty hard because I think towards the end of next week I'm going to be on vacation. I got my kids for spring break, and we're going to take a little trip and possibly head back to the Midwest. So, but I definitely want to talk about why today, for some reason, I'm just thinking, why I don't really go, high-end sports cards when I'm buying. I have people asking me as they're trying to get back into this, hobby, or looking to get into this hobby of, what expensive card should I buy, invest in, all that stuff. What my recommendations are. Remember, this is my point of view, right or wrong. It's just from my point of view. So take it, like I always say, take everything I say, take anybody on YouTube or any other social media that does sports cards, take everything with a grain of salt, guys. Absorb it, but don't always, it's not end all of be all type of thing. So, my thoughts are, especially if you're looking just to get into this hobby or get back into it, I don't recommend going straight high end and going crazy buying expensive cards because it's so volatile. You just don't know. I don't want you to have a bad taste in your mouth if you buy $1,000, Joe Burrow rookie card right now. All of a sudden, to see it go down 50% in value. Doesn't feel good. Trust me. It just doesn't feel good. I always say start out low end. If you want to, buy into breaks, you can, or you just buy a specific player, specific card. If you don't know what you're getting into, I would say, do a little bit of research, ask some questions. I might even do a video. Let me know if you guys are interested. A beginner's guide of getting into sports collection. I've seen some videos, some YouTube videos. They kind of break it down a little bit, but I was kind of, for somebody who's really looking to just kind of get in, whether just starting collecting, starting to sell stuff, I might just do a video. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. I might do something just for beginner's guide, I guess you can say. But I just recommend starting off there. Don't spend too much crazy amount of capital or money into it, because especially when you're just getting back into it or just getting into it because you just don't know how things that ebbs and flow of the prices of the value of the cards, or how easy or how hard it is to sell specific players, specific cards. Just because, like I said, just because you buy a Hall of Fame or super expensive rookie card or something, if you're looking to flip it or something, it's not that easy. You still have to find a niche, right person to buy it. So there's a lot of things that go along when you jump into the high end stuff. So that's why I don't personally jump into it, because it's just the risk and reward type thing for myself. Doing this as a living. So like I said, I sell sports cards, online, and for me to risk a ton of money. If I was single, I had no kids or no responsibility and only myself to worry about, I would definitely take the risk. I would have the capital. I wouldn't have anything to answer to, anyone to answer to. So high end wise, I probably would be there, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If I had no obligations, if it was just me, single guy, in my 30s, 20s, whatever the case may be, or even currently right now in my 40s, if I had no obligation, no risks. The only thing risk would be just my own capital, my own money. I would probably definitely go high end. So that's why I can't do that. I don't have that option. So to me, if I buy mid, and remember my ideas of mids are anywhere between about $3-5 to about $25-30. Anything maybe even $75 I would still consider might be high end, or mid to high. Anything above, in my eyes, of $75 to $100, anything above that to me is more, and I'm talking about raw cards, it's more of the higher end stuff. So that's what I feel like. And when I start getting into the $100 to $200 to $300 to $400 to $500 cards to even $1,000, the risk and reward to me diminishes. The reason being is because it's like I just said, this sports card market is so volatile. If I were to invest a $500 card and it to even drop 25%, and I can't even make anything off it, even if I sell it at $400, let's just say, I still lose $100, but it's so critical to me, because to some people they're just like, whatever, chalk it off. But to a person who does this for a living, it's super vital, that $100 that you just lost. It's critical. I mean, it's like I said, it's food on the table for me. So if I were to take that $500 and buy a lot of mid end, I wouldn't even say low, because low, very difficult to sell sometimes too. But if I take mids, and each individual card, let's just say, averages $2 to $5 per card. If I average it out, if I only sell it for $1.50, it's not that big of a loss. I lose $1. But if another card I sold it for $6-7, I make it up. It's a lot easier, I feel like. I think 90% of the population can probably spend $5 to $10 on a card. Actually, I want to say, a good 95% of the sports card population, I think they can spend, $20 on a card. And that's why I feel like that is my niche. And I feel like I have a bigger audience that is more realistic. I trust me, I'm with you guys. I see these guys on YouTube. I see these guys at the shows, who have these super high-end cards. It's awesome. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, if you're trying to get back into it, or if you're trying to get into sports card, like I said, whether you're flipping, whether you're just buying to collect, really be weary of jumping into the higher end stuff. I just think that like I just said, the risk reward factor is just not there. Granted, if you buy a card at $1,000 and it goes up, it's very rare. It could happen. But it's just, like I said, it's very rare. I don't see it too often. A lot of these cards, once they hit peak value, and then you start seeing it diminish, especially modern, I'd be really weary. That would be the thing. If you are gonna jump into the high end stuff, just be really weary. But I wouldn't buy high end modern cards. They tend to go down, as we all know, especially if you're in the hobby. They tend to go down pretty quickly, especially if the player has one bad game or an injury. If you're gonna go high end, if that that's what, I have the capital, or I have the money to do it, or that's just go big, go nothing at all, I would most likely go vintage or older or Hall of Famers. They can't really hurt their careers. I don't know how higher they're going to end up going, but at least they're not going to crash to zero. Some of these players, as you guys know, look at the Zach Wilson, look at the Sam Howells, or the Davis Mills, or the Mac Jones cards. You can see, because they were modern, and you can see how instantaneously, overnight, their cards can crash tremendously. So if you're going to go high end, I know it's exciting to get the newest guy, the newest card, the newest rookie, the newest, most expensive cards are theirs, but I would just be really weary about the modern, higher end types of cards if you're looking to flip them or invest in them. You can still do it. I don't, like I said, take my advice with a grain of salt. You still enjoy it. You can still see rewards. I just be weary. That's all I have to say about that. But if you're gonna do it, in my eyes, my opinion, if I had $10,000 right now and I could buy, 10 high-end cards, I wouldn't buy anything modern. I would buy anything that's, like I just said, more vintage, or Hall of Famers who can't really hurt their career anymore, whether, having a bad game or injuries or anything. That's what I would normally do. That's what I would do. That's personally for me. And that's why, I don't have that. I can't do that. I can't risk that. So that's why I buy the mid game. And everybody's like, why you always buy lots that are cheaper or like I just said, mid areas? Because number one, like I just said, keep in mind, 90 to 95% of this population of the sports card industry are in the mid range. All the other stuff, all the 5%, all the 10% of the people who buy into super high ends who can afford that, like I just said, is only 5 to 10%, guys. I don't have the numbers to crunch that. That's just what I see. When I go to, like I said, when I go to shows and everything, those $50 to $100 cards flying off, people making deals left and right. Go look. If you don't believe me, go to a sports card show and you can see anybody who buys $20 cards, $50 cards, $100 cards. It's a lot more than somebody buying a $5,000 card, $10,000 card, even a $1,000 card. I kid you wrong. And then you see those $2 bins. Why do you think they're so busy? Why do you think people go to those bins? Is because that's what the normal human, American human being can afford. And that's real. So that's why I do that. My niche is that. It's going to be that. Will I ever go high end? Maybe. If, like I said, if I can somehow crank this thing and scale it up as high as possible, yeah. But until then, I'm okay with being the mid guy, man. And it's nothing wrong with that. I'm slowly growing it, and I think this is the most viable way for me to be able to have longevity in this industry. High-end stuff, maybe one day, like I just said. I can't wait. That would be, if I start getting into the high-end, that's a clue for you guys. If I start getting into the high-end stuff, that means I am actually being successful enough that I have enough capital left over to be reinvesting into higher-end cards. So there you guys go. Not to, it was just a way just to kind of answer some of these questions, and I was just thinking about that because, people are just like, why don't I just buy those $1,000 cards hoping to double my money? It'd be a lot easier than selling $1,000 $1 cards. I get that. It's just, like I said, risk reward, man. I just feel like I have a bigger, better opportunity when 90% of the population is, has the, I guess you say, budget of what I have. So there you guys go, man. Hopefully that helps you guys a little bit. Like I said, let me know about that idea if I ever wanted to do kind of an intro to sports cards, collecting, trading, or invest. I wouldn't even say investing, or just flipping, things like that. Let me know if you guys are interested in that, or if you have a buddy or somebody who's looking to get into it, who wants to know more information of how to start, and I can do that video. But like I said, I did this video just to kind of let you guys know the reason behind why I do mids versus high-end types of cards, and what I recommend if you're going to get into high-ends, or why I recommend just staying in the mid game, man. Nothing wrong with that at all, guys. So other than that, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Hopefully you picked up a little bit, and if you do, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Other than that, if you have not subscribed and you listened to me babble for this long, props to you for having patience to listen to this fat old geezer talk about sports cards. So other than that, man, appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of the week. Till next time.